of y'all. I just need 50 of y'all. Throw your hands in the air and shout, give me this mountain. My God, my God, my God. Most importantly, it expresses that those in the Caleb generation must realize that their day is not over. Come on, look at somebody and say, neighbor, your day is not over. Come on. Yeah, you might be around the age. You might be up in age. You might be in this thing for a long time. You might not even be doing as good as you really expect yourself to be doing. But give somebody a high five and tell them, neighbor, your day is not over. Your day is not over. They must keep on playing and keep on fighting because they give faith and courage to the next generation through their wisdom. I'm saying all of those that are around the Caleb. And when I say 85, I'm not talking about in age. I'm talking about those now, because you are the Caleb generation, because you are a little up in age. What you got to realize is that the wisdom that you have, the knowledge that you have, the understanding that you have as a Caleb generation, you should be reaching back to the generation that's coming behind you and everything that you learned about God, everything that you've been through about God. You should be taking that knowledge and that understanding and passing it on to your children. And your children should be passing that same knowledge on to their children. How can you be in the house of God? How can you be part of the Caleb generation and you're not even teaching your child to worship? You're not even teaching your child to praise. You ain't reading the Bible to your child. You ain't worshiping. You ain't even asking your child to lift their hands. Oh, my God. The devil is a liar. You better wake up, Caleb generation, and you better realize your time isn't over, but there's another generation that's coming behind you that you are responsible. Oh, my God. Come on, look at somebody and say, neighbor, you're responsible. Come on. You are responsible for every generation that comes behind you. Look at somebody sitting beside you, dead in their face, and say, you are the Caleb generation. All your wisdom should be passed on to the next generation. So now Caleb says this. He says, now give me my mountain. Oh, come on, somebody. I know some of y'all sitting at home watching that caller ID. You know you watching that caller ID. Yeah, the bill collector calling. Come on, look at somebody and say, that's a mountain. Oh, y'all. House. Come on, look at somebody. They didn't receive that. Look at somebody else. Look at somebody else beside their neighbor. The bill collector's calling. Say, that's a mountain. But come on, say, give me that mountain. I'm going to conquer this mountain. I made the debt, I'm going to pay. Oh, come on, somebody. I got integrity. I made the debt. Sooner or later, it might not be today, but sooner or later, I'm gonna pay it. Come on, somebody, throw your hands in the air and shout, give me this mountain, give me this hill country that the Lord has promised me. The Lord has promised it to you, your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. So I want to speak to our church about a Caleb generation. This generation is not second best. This generation is not second best, but the very best. Oh, y'all missed that, didn't you? Look at somebody and say, neighbor, we're not second best. Come on. Say, we're the very best. Well, we're the very best. I heard a songwriter say, this is a wonderful time to be alive. This is a wonderful time to be alive. Come on. This is a wonderful time to be in the kingdom of God. Oh, if our forefathers, if our grandmothers, and our great-grandmothers, and our great-great-great-grandmothers knew half of the stuff we know, man, we got more theology. We got more, come on, y'all don't hear me in this house. We got more stuff in the Bible. We got more degrees. Oh, y'all got to hear me in this house. We got more degrees behind our name. If they had known some of the stuff we know now, oh, my God. Oh, which I get about 10 of y'all just to throw your heads in the air and say, I'm learning something. Come on, I'm learning something. We're not just second best, but the very best. They are a generation of champions and warriors who can tell the stories of battles won. See, that's what I'm talking about, Caleb generation. All the stuff you've been through, all the problems you had, all the times the devil knocked you down, but he didn't knock you out. He knocked you down, but you got back up. See, y'all got to understand something. That's a victory story for the next generation. Y'all got to hear me in this house. You know how kids coming up today, they think they doing something slick. They think they trying to pull one over on you. And what you tell them, baby, I done been there. I done been there and done that. Oh, come on, somebody. And many of you all right now tell your children, listen, you got to listen to me. Why? Because I don't want you to make the same mistakes that I made. I really do want something better for your life. I really do want you to be brought up better than me. Well, why are you telling me this? Because I'm the Caleb generation, and it's my response. It's my responsibility to bring you up right. Oh my God, they have learned how to fight. In this Caleb generation, you have learned how to fight the good fight. They have learned how to fight and not faint. So y'all missed that right there, didn't you? Look at somebody and say, neighbor, I learned how to fight and not faint. Y'all don't hear me in this house. I done been through some stuff. But you know what? To a person that's determined, to a person that's a real saint, to a person that's a real Christian, all I need God to do is deliver me one time. Come on, somebody. I wish I don't talk about, guess what? It don't take a whole lot of deliverances. It don't take a whole gang of deliverances for me to know or understand with my crazy self that God, if God brought me out of that, oh my God, from Zion, he can bring me out of this. Come on. Look at somebody and say, neighbor, if it brought you out of that, he'll bring you out of this. Oh my God, my God. I've learned how to fight and not faint. Can anybody, do y'all really feel like making that personal? Can you testify that to yourself? Can I get about 300 of y'all this time? I need all of y'all in here, all 300 of y'all, to throw your hands in the air and shout, I've learned how to fight and not faint. I've learned how to fight and not faint. I ain't giving up so easy. There was a time when I would give up. Oh, but I've learned some stuff. God has done too much for me. God has brought me from a mighty long way. Oh, come on, somebody. Be not deceived. God is not mocked. Whatsoever thou what, that shall you also. I'm going to sow some good seeds. Anybody trying to sow some seeds of worship? Anybody trying to sow some seeds of praise? Come on, somebody. Right now, for the next 30 seconds, if I could just get about 100 of y'all in this house to sow a seed of worship in this house. Come on, somebody. Get on your feet and the praise goes right there. Come on, you ain't sowed a seed all week. You know you ain't got no money. So let's sow a seed of worship. That's it. Come on right there for the next 30 seconds. Sow a seed of worship. Caleb generation is a worshiping generation. The Caleb generation is a generation that goes against the odds. The Caleb generation is a generation that knows when it's time to give God worship. Hallelujah. So we are a Caleb generation that actually cheers on the next generation. And the reason why young people will come to a house like this is because there are people in this house who are of a Caleb age. Y'all missed that. Y'all missed that. I said the reason that young folk should want to come into this house is because there are people in this house who are of a Caleb age. Y'all got to hear me in there. Remember I told you that Caleb people are people that have been through something. They know how to worship. So now to the young folk, the Caleb generation should have some valuable information. Oh, y'all got to hear me in this house. The Caleb generation is a people that should know what it takes to get out of trouble. Oh, I wish I had a church. I got to find me a church. For the next 10 minutes, I got to find a church. Because there ain't no church in here. It can't be no church in here. I said the Caleb generation is a generation that should be able to tell the younger generation how to get out of trouble. God from Zion. All the young people come in this house who are a Caleb generation, who have a Caleb spirit and who have a Caleb mentality. I think I need to read that again. Watch this. And the reason why young people will come to a house like this is because there are people in this house who are of a Caleb age, who have a Caleb spirit, and who have a Caleb mentality. Oh, good God from Zion. I don't know about you, but I need a few folk, Providence Marie, Apostle Marie, who got a Caleb mentality. I ain't scared of no ghosts. I ain't scared of no mountain. I ain't scared of no devil. Give me my mountain. Oh, I got to have a Caleb mentality. Are there any Caleb people in this house with a Caleb mentality in here today? Have a Caleb mentality where we are still going for God and cheering on the next generation. Well, now that brings me to point number one. And I'm almost done. I'm almost done. Point number one. Here's point number one. Point number one says this. You have to know how to fight your battles. Point number one says what? You have to know how to fight your battles. You have to know how to fight your battles. Watch this. You have to plan your battles. Oh my God, oh my God. You have to plan. Come look at somebody beside your neighbor, plan your battles. Watch this. You have to know which battles to fight. Do not be one of those people who are fighting everyone else's battles that are not really your, oh my God, that are not really your battles. Oh, come on, look at somebody beside say, neighbor, your emergency, tell them, say, your emergency might not be my emergency. Oh my God, my God. See, sometimes y'all, when we are always trying to fight somebody else's battles, that's because we really got our nose somewhere. Oh, I can't get away. I told y'all I needed a church in here. Let me say that again. Sometimes the reason we fight other people's battles is because we got our nose somewhere. It ain't supposed to be. Come on. The reason we're trying to fight somebody else's battles is because somewhere you've been gossiping. Oh, Nita, I'm telling you, I'm coming down your street. I'm about to ring your doorbell. Guess what? You might not was gossiping, but you sure were listening to. You listen to some gossip, and now you think you feel qualified to tell somebody else, God from Zion, how to get that little mote out of their eye when you got 10 big beans in your own eye. You're trying to solve my one little problem, and you got 10 problems. Don't worry about my daughter got pregnant. Don't worry about my son on drugs. Don't worry about the homosexuals in my family. You got some faggots in your family too. You a Christian, go pray. Come on, somebody, come on. Look at somebody and say, neighbor, check yourself. Check yourself before you. You got 6 months to mind your own business and my God, and 6 months to leave mine alone. Come on, look at somebody beside your neighbor. You have to know how to fight your battle. Yeah, you got to know how. You got to know how to plan. You got to plan those battles. Watch this, y'all. We should not be fighting battles like people's hair. And whether someone has an earring on. Those are stupid battles to be fighting in the first place. Fighting about homosexual lies and cheaters. Worrying about homosexual lies and cheaters in the church. Where you think they belong? Oh, my God. Where you think they belong? From Zion. That's the problem. We done got this church thing all messed up. The church ain't no museum for saints. The church is a hospital for the lost. God, I wish somebody would preach. Help me preach this thing in here. Please help me preach this. The church ain't no museum. The church is a hospital. Y'all should be outside getting all them drunkards, all them liars. Y'all in church crying and worrying and fussing with people because they lied on you. Guess what, y'all? You better be glad they lied on you in church because maybe you can help. God, every time somebody lie on you and they in church, ought to say, you know what, I'm praying for you. You know what, next time somebody lie, gossip, cheat, and steal, and they in church, and they do it in church. Next time they offend you in church, you look at them and tell them, you know what, Chiquetta, you in the right place. You in the right place with your lying, cheating, deceitful, stealing, ugly self. You belong in church. All that lying you doing, you belong. My God, you belong. Come on, somebody. Look at somebody beside and say, neighbor, you belong in church. Come on, all that stuff you trying to drop. Come on, tell them all that stuff you trying to drop. All that stuff you got to get rid of. You belong. Watch this, a Caleb generation are people who plan their battles. A Caleb generation are people who plan their battles. Have your leader send you to war. Come on, look at somebody beside and say, neighbor, have your leader send you to war. Oh, my God. See, that's the problem right there. See, I need some real Caleb generation people. I need some Caleb generation people who I don't have to ask to go pass out. Oh, my God. Pass out some literature. I need some Caleb generation people that don't mind getting on the corner witnessing, telling somebody you got a soul to save and a God to glorify. Come on, look at somebody and beside you and tell them, you a phony Caleb generation, or are you for real? Come on. Come on, just ask them. Come on. Don't be scared of them. Don't be scared of them. Come on, look at it. If they bang you, don't worry about it. Shirley, the nurse, she'll get you some smelling salts, wake you back up. Come on. Ask them, are you phony? Are you phony? Are you phony? Are you phony? Come on, look at us and say, neighbor, are you live or are you Memorex? Are you live? Are you live or are you Memorex? Y'all got to hear me in this house. A Caleb generation are people who plan their battles. You got to be able to, as your leader, I should be able to send you to war. Doesn't matter how long you've been in church. Doesn't matter what you think you know. Because if you're a real Christian, if you're a real soldier for God, you should expect some battle scars. You should expect some stuff to go wrong. You should expect your children to get in trouble. You should expect to be lied on, cheated, talked about, and mistreated. Big scarred, talked about shores you're born. You should expect to be up. You expect to be down. You should expect to be almost to the ground. But a real Caleb generation person says, as long as I got King God from Zion, as long as I got King Jesus, I don't need nobody else. We are going to war against no growth. Come on, somebody. This Caleb generation, we are going to war against no growth. Look at somebody beside you and say, neighbor, we're going to war against no growth. We are going to war, and as leaders in God's kingdom, we're going to do our part to be the Caleb generation that God is looking for. Come on, give somebody a high five and say, neighbor, give me this mountain. Watch this. You have to plan your fights. You have to plan your battles. You have to make sure you are not fighting the wrong battles. Here's point number 2. I said point number 1. Here go point number 2. And point number 2 says this. Here is the second thing about a Caleb generation. Listen to it very carefully. Watch this. A Caleb generation knows that it is not the time to retire, but the time to refire. Oh. My God, I got to go outside and get me a church on the corner. I got to go somewhere and find some kind of church. Let me say this one more time. Here is the second thing about the Caleb generation. Listen to this very carefully. A Caleb generation knows this. Well, what is it that the Caleb generation knows? A Caleb generation knows that it is not time to retire, but it is time to refire. Oh. My God from Zion. You know, and you know, when people are run track, you know what I'm saying? You ever heard somebody run track? And when they run track, they say, oh, yeah, I just got my second win. Woo. A Caleb generation are a group of people that even though you've been scarred, look at somebody and say, neighbor, I know you're damaged goods. I know you're damaged goods, but I just got my second win. I can pray longer. I can preach longer. I can stand longer. I can stand some stuff now. I can go through some stuff now. Why? Because I just got my second win. And as a Caleb generation, it ain't time for me to retire. It's time for me to refire. Come on, can I get 100 of y'all to look at somebody and say, neighbor, lock and load. Lock. Come on, somebody. Come on, look at somebody and say, lock it, loaded, aim and shoot. Come on, living like you're bulletproof. Bang, 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 bang. Lock it, loaded, aim and shoot. Come on. Look at my beside you, say, neighbor, lock it, loaded, aim and shoot. Come on. Oh, y'all don't hear that? Come on. Get up on your feet in this house. Go five people. Give them a high five and tell them, lock it, loaded, aim and shoot. Lock and loaded, aim and shoot. Come on, tell them, say bang, 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 bang. Come on, bang, bang, bang. Lock and loaded, aim and shoot. Y'all gotta hear me in this house. Come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. Ain't time to retire. I'm a lock and loaded, aim and shoot. Whatever I'm aiming for, I'm hitting my target. I ain't missing the mark no more. It ain't time to retire, but it's time to refire. Come on, tell them one last time. Lock and loaded, aim and shoot. Watch this, y'all. A Caleb generation has a courage to swim against the tide. Look at verse 7. In verse 7 of that same text, he says, I brought him back a report based on my convictions. He said, when I went to spy out the land, he said, I brought back a report based on something I believe. Caleb said, when I brought back the report when I was 45, he said, I brought back the report based on something that was in my heart. He says, now I know what I see. He said, but what I see can't touch what's in my heart. My God from Zion. If you have the love of God in your heart, it doesn't matter how bad things look around you. You got to trust God to credit based on what's in your heart. I don't care how bad it looks. I know what I believe. I know I believe God. Is there anything too hard for God? Come on, someone. Look at you and say, neighbor, there's nothing. He says, I brought Moses back a report according to my convictions. He says, I was not listening to what everybody else was saying. How many people know sometimes the crowd has bad information? Come on, somebody, throw your hands in the air and shout. I ain't listening to nobody. I ain't listening to. He said, I know in who I have believed, and I know that he is faithful. God from Zion. Look at somebody, give him a high five and say, God is faithful. I don't care how many times I mess up, how many times I give up, how many times I close my own doors. God is faithful. Come on, can somebody declare that? God is faithful. So I'm not worried about what nobody else say. I know what I believe. Watch this. Everyone else except for Joshua was bringing back a negative report, a report of defeat and depression and discouragement. But a Caleb generation says that it doesn't matter how things look. I don't know how things look. I've never seen the righteous forsaken, nor his what? Seed begging bread. Kevin said, I brought back what was in my heart. I believe that God said that we are going to go into the promised land. I saw God, the pillar of fire by night and the pillar of cloud by day. He said, I saw the hand of God bring us out of Egypt. I saw God bring us through the Red Sea. I saw God. From time, I saw God provide supernaturally for us with food. I saw God bring water out of a rock. Y'all gotta hear me in this house. How many people in this house saw God do some stuff? Look at somebody and say, neighbor, did you see God do anything? I saw God pick me up. I saw him turn me around. I saw him heal me. I saw him deliver. I saw him set free. Look at somebody beside you and say, neighbor, what did you see God do? Come on, 30 seconds of praise. Come on, give him 30 seconds of praise right there. If you can think about some stuff you saw God do. God, my God. He said, I saw God do all that stuff. He said, and I believe that if God is able to bring us out of Egypt, and if God is able to protect us in the desert for 40 years, that I believe even though there are giants in the land, my conviction was that we can do it. God from Zion. Look at somebody beside their neighbor. I'm convinced we can do it. Come on, make it personal to them. Say, neighbor, whatever you're going through, whatever battle you're trying to win, look at your neighbor and tell them, I'm convinced you can do it. Come on. Come on. Can you just encourage somebody else? Get out your seat again. Go around this place and encourage somebody and tell them, I'm convinced you can do it, baby. Come on. Encourage and tell them, you can do it. Come on, you can do it. Come on, somebody shout, give me my mountain. Give me my mountain. Come on, somebody, come on. Now, right there where you are, stop right there where you are and look at somebody right in front of you and look at them dead in them eyeballs and tell you, they say, neighbor, your convictions determine your report. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Come on, somebody. Tell you, they say, neighbor, your convictions determines your report. Your convictions determines your report. What you believe, Lance, determines the kind of report you gonna get. Y'all know how y'all do. If y'all don't like somebody, you ain't got nothing good to say. Come on, you might well tell the truth in this house, because I'm going to tell the truth anyway. Come on, tell me and say, neighbor, your convictions determines your report. Can I get a witness in this house? Your convictions determines your report. Well, now that brings me to point number 3. Point number 3 says this. Not everybody that is with you is with you. Oh, my God, from Zion. I just said something in this house. I just said something, Ella Lance, in this house. Not everybody that is with you is. I think we need to prophesy that. Look at somebody beside you to credit and tell that neighbor, come on, tap him real quick, tap him. And say, neighbor, not everybody that's with you is. Oh, my God, from Zion. Watch this, y'all. Look at verse 8. In verse 8, he said this in verse 8. Watch this. In verse 8, Caleb said, but my brothers that came with me made the people's heart melt with fear. Oh, my God, everybody that's with you is not with you. Watch this, y'all. In Matthew 7, it says, not everyone who says, Lord, Matthew 7 said, not everyone that says to me, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven. Come on, y'all. Look at somebody beside and say, neighbor, everybody crying holy. Come on, I think you need to tell at least 3 people that. Everybody crying saved ain't saved. Everybody say they got it. Don't necessarily have to. The Bible puts it like this. You have a form of godliness. You know how to shout. You know how to raise your hand. You know how to speak in tongues. My God, my God. E-G-E-L-L-O-C. Come on. Look at somebody beside say E-E. Come on, say E-G-E-L-L-O-C. Come on. Look at somebody say neighbor. E-G-E-L-L-O-C. Come on. Look at it. Come on. Look at him and dead in the face. Say neighbor. E-G-E-L-L-O-C. Come on, say it. Look at him. E-G-E-L-L-O-C. Come on. E-G-E-L-L-O-C. Now look at your neighbor. Say, neighbor, you just spoke in tongues. Tell him. Say, but that neighbor, what that was the word college spelled backwards. That was the word college spelled backwards. E-G-E-L-L-O-C. Y'all don't hear me in this house. Wish I had a witness up in here. Everybody speaking in tongues ain't really speaking. You got to decipher some of that mess. But a Caleb generation knows that there's a heavenly language that only belongs to the saved, sanctified, blood washed, and baptized. Y'all got to hear me in this house. Come on, Matthew 7 says it like this. Not everyone who says to me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven. Let me give you my last point. Y'all, here's point number 4. Point number 4 says this. You have to know the power of negativity. Point number 4 says like this. You have to know the power of negativity. Y'all don't hear me in this house. You've got to know the power of negativity. Listen to this. You have to understand that negativity is one of the greatest killers in the church today. It is more dangerous than cancer. It is more lethal than drugs. Negativity has the power to destroy faith. From Zion. I wish I had a church in this house. Negativity has the power to destroy faith. Negativity can take faith right out of a person. Come on, somebody, look at somebody and say, neighbor, point number 4, you have to understand the power. Come on, tell me, you have to understand the power of negativity. Sometimes you have to cut off the voice of negativity. Come on, somebody. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, cut the voice off of negativity. Anybody speaking in your ear, cut them off. Shut them down. Come on, I'm shutting you down. I'm shutting you down right now. Because where I am in my life, I don't need nobody negative speaking into my spirit. Not everybody that is with you is with you. Did y'all get that point? Do y'all really understand what I'm trying to say about that point? Watch this, y'all. This generation is not second best, but the very best. Y'all gotta hear me. We are a generation of champions and warriors who can tell the stories of battles won. Can I get a witness in this house? We have learned how to fight the good fight. They have learned how to fight and not faint. This is a new season, and God wants us to receive the challenge of stepping into the new. Come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. Look at somebody beside, say, neighbor, I'm stepping in the new. I'm stepping into something new. I don't even know where God taking me, but like Abraham, I'm getting ready to go. Come on, you got to prophesy that. Give somebody a high five, say, neighbor, I got to go. I got to go. Come on, tell them, give me this mountain. I got to go. I don't even know where God is taking me, but wherever God is taking me, I ain't packing no bags. I ain't taking no toothbrush. Y'all got to hear me in this house. When God told me to go, I'm gone. Y'all got to hear me in this house. This is a new season, and God wants us to receive the challenge of stepping into the new. It is not the time to look back. It is a time to move forward. Come on, prophesy to look at somebody beside you and say, neighbor, it's not time to look back, but it's time to move forward. It is not the time to retire, but it's the time to Come on, somebody. Come on, look at somebody beside you and tell that neighbor, say, neighbor, stir up the gift. Tell them, stir up the gift. Come on, stir it up. Stir, if it's on the inside, tell them, say, stir it up. Come on, stir it up. Come on, look at somebody beside you, tell, say, neighbor, show me what you're working. Show me what you're working with. Show me what you're working with. Let me see what God has done for you. Look at somebody beside you, ask them a question, say, neighbor, has God done anything for you? Has he blessed you? Come on, neighbor. Has he kept you? Did he bring you out? Did he bring you out of trouble? Is your trouble in trouble? Can I get about 100 of y'all to throw your hands in the air and shout, I am the Caleb generation. I am the Caleb generation. Come on, I wish everybody in this house would look at somebody else and tell that person, say, neighbor, I am here to bless you. Come on, they might not believe it. They might not believe it, but tell their neighbor, I am here to bless you. This is the time for generational gaps to be filled. Y'all missed that, didn't you? This is the time for generational gaps to be filled. Look at somebody beside their neighbor. I'm filling the gap. I'm filling the gap. There shall not be a breach. The enemy shall not get in. The enemy can't have my children. The enemy can't have my family. I'm closing the gap. Y'all got to hear me in this house. In this generation, you got to say the buck stops. The buck stops right here. Look at somebody beside you and say, neighbor, come on, prophesy to somebody and say, neighbor, it ain't over. Tell it's over. Y'all didn't hear me in this house. Somebody shout in this house, give me my mountain. Give me my mountain. Give me my problem. Give me my family. Give me my friends. Give me that nasty supervisor on my job. Give me that nasty neighbor on my block. Give it to me, God. I'll take it because I know that if you give it to me, you're going to bring me out. All right. Come on, somebody. Come on, tell somebody. Look at somebody beside and say, neighbor. Neighbor. Say, Caleb was 85. And he asked for his mountain. Now look at that same neighbor and say, neighbor. Age is an attitude. I wish I had a church in this house. I wish somebody could pray with me. Throw your hands in the air and shout, age. Age is an attitude. I feel better, so much better since I laid. Can I get a witness? I feel better. I feel better since I laid my burdens down. Age ain't got nothing to do with it. I feel good. Like James Brown said, I feel good like I knew I would. Y'all don't hear me. I feel good like I knew I would. Somebody throw your hands in the air and shout, so good. So good, because God, I got you. Yeah, I feel good. Y'all got to hear me in this house. Can I get a witness in the house? You must overcome your setbacks, or they will overcome you. Come on, prophesy that. Tell somebody beside, say, neighbor, overcome your setbacks, or they will overcome you. Come on, stand to your feet all over the house. The Caleb generation, the generation that said, no matter how bad it is,